Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Ritter, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, WABC TV, and welcome once again to the Countdown. President Biden this afternoon signing his $1.2 trillion signature infrastructure deal today, a bipartisan deal. We'll get to that. But first, the action outside a D.C. courtroom today where former senior Trump advisor Steve Bannon surrendered to federal authorities and warning Democratic leadership that this will be the, quote now, misdemeanor from hell. Mr. Bannon indicted by a federal grand jury for refusing to comply with a subpoena from the congressional committee investigating that January 6th Capitol riot. So what happens next? Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schultz.
A defiant Steve Bannon turning himself in to the FBI and appearing before a federal court as he faces criminal contempt charges. Bannon was released with conditions and is scheduled to be arraigned Thursday. The one-time advisor to former President Trump was indicted last week for defying a subpoena from the congressional committee investigating the deadly January 6th Capitol attack. Bannon now vowing to fight the charges.
I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the misdemeanor from hell for Merrick Garland, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe Biden. We're going to go on the offense. We're tired of playing defense. We're going to go on the offense on this and stand by.
He's charged with 2 counts of contempt for refusing to testify and give documents to lawmakers. The House committee says Bannon is critical to their investigation, pointing to his own words on his podcast January 5th.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow, and all I can say is strap in.
Bannon says he's refusing to cooperate at the request of Trump, who's defending his longtime ally, saying this country has perhaps never done to anyone what they've done to Steve Bannon, and they're looking to do it to others also. Trump insists he and former aides are protected by executive privilege. But that argument might not hold up in court for Bannon. His indictment states he's a private citizen who hasn't worked in the White House since 2017. If convicted, Bannon could face fines and up to 2 years in prison. Other former Trump officials, including Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, are also refusing to comply with the committee's subpoenas. Lawmakers say they will not hesitate to hold Meadows in contempt. Elizabeth Schultz, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, from President Biden, this message tonight. Your life is going to change for the better. With his approval rating plunging today, the president signing the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill into law with that quote, a bipartisan bill to hopefully create jobs and improve life. The bill includes, here are the numbers, $110 million to repair highways and bridges, $65 billion for high-speed internet, and $39 billion for public transportation. President Biden comparing the bill to the building of the interstate highway system in the 1950s and the Transcontinental Railroad back in the 1860s.
The world has changed, and we have to be ready. My fellow Americans, today I want you to know we hear you and we see you. The bill I'm about to sign along is proof that despite the cynics, Democrats and Republicans can come together and deliver results.
The signing, by the way, comes as a new ABC News Washington Post poll shows the president's approval rating at just 41%. This infrastructure bill far more popular than that, 63%. The president hoping if the bill's successful, it will help the economy and perhaps his standing as well. As for what it means for you, the MTA says fare hikes and service cuts are off the table because of that. New York Governor Hochul says the bill is providing funding for the region, so the cuts and hikes are not needed, at least not right now. New Jersey, also a big benefactor in this bill, getting $6 billion for highway projects, $1 billion for bridge repairs, $104 million for electric vehicles and charging stations, and $24 million for ferry services. This could be a very big deal for the tri-state, indeed. Our final note tonight, InfoWars conspiracy theorist Alex Jones found liable for damages in lawsuits brought by the parents of children killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School gun massacre. That's the ruling from a judge in Connecticut today who defaulted Jones for failing to produce critical material information that plaintiffs needed to prove their defamation claims. He didn't provide that. The judge must now determine how much damages Jones will actually pay. The parents claim Mr. Jones profited by lying about the school shooting in 2012, including calling it a hoax. Do you remember that? 20 first graders and 6 educators were killed. This was no hoax. It was a horrible reality and nightmare. A reminder, you can get the latest political headlines and much more on our website, ABC7NY, and on our connected TV apps as well. I'm Bill Ritter, and from all of us here at WABC TV, we wish you health and peace, and let's take care of each other.